Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm Sabira aka Saabythesimmer. I hope you're doing well this Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope the week is going well for you so far. I know it's only Tuesday, but let me know how your week is going so far. So today we have another speed build and I decided to go with this concept of like opposite neighbors for the holidays. So one of the neighbors is a bit more like festive and like over the top with the decorations and wants to like make sure that the house is really decked out for the holidays. Whereas the neighbors on the right, they've just moved into their neighborhood. They're a new couple with a baby on the way and they've just renovated this home, their new home. So they've moved into this neighborhood and was like, wow, everyone down the street wants to decorate for Christmas, but for them it's like, no, it's a bit too tacky for them. They're not involved. But from a bit of peer pressure from the community, they settled on putting a wreath on their front door to at least be like, we tried, you know, we tried to make an effort with the new neighborhood kind of thing. But for them, they're not really interested. But I thought it was a funny concept to do like this really modern home next to this home that's a bit more traditional, but like decked out for Christmas. I thought it was a funny concept. So that was the concept we're going with. So I furnished the left-hand side of the home that is a bit more traditional and like full of like Christmas decorations and things like that. Obviously, if you wanted these homes and you didn't want to, you know, have them decorate for the holidays, you can just get rid of all the decorations. That's totally fine. If you wanted to live in both the homes or either of the homes, however you guys play with like multiple homes on a lot, then do let me know. I know a few people have said that they really like or they look for homes like this or like lots like this, and I didn't realize that was a thing. I play on a lot normally with like one household or like a lot that only has like one home. So even when I try to play with apartments that I've like built myself, I struggle sometimes because I'm just like, it doesn't run the way I want it to run. I want it to run like it does in City Living or like Evergreen Harbour, but it doesn't, so it can get a bit frustrating. But I didn't realize that people actually enjoy doing it this way, so I'm gonna try and build some more like multiple homes on one lot kind of thing and see how you guys respond to that and see if you guys want more, if you like it, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I do have a reference image, but in the reference image, you only kind of see the right side of the house, and then the left side, you kind of only see a little bit. So I kind of had to use my imagination, essentially, or what I would think the house looks like. But yeah, I'll pop on the screen now the reference image that I use. So the modern home, I just kind of kept pretty similar to what I saw in the image. And like, I noticed as well with a lot of modern homes, especially like here, they have like this rectangular extension at the back, like always. Like I just see it all the time and I'm like, what is with this? I don't know, understand it. There could be a reason for it. There could be multiple explanations as to why that's done the way it is. Like I don't see many other extensions where it's just like the house is just extending a bit more longer in one angle or whatever, but most of the time it just seems to be this rectangle that's at the back of the house that's just extended with like bifold doors. So that's pretty much what I tried to replicate because I was like, this is what I always see in like the skylights and everything. So I kind of had it as this like really open plan, really like clean aesthetic in terms of the exterior for this home. Very simple, very minimal. And then on the left, sorry, I keep it a bit more traditional, a bit more like overgrown in terms of landscaping, and yeah, just a bit more lived in as well. Like this one feels like it is just like literally just been popped up, brand new. Not popped up, it took some work, but yeah, brand new, kind of renovated, a fresh paint, all that kind of stuff, like freshly painted roofs and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I was also thinking as well, like when it comes to renovations, like how do you go about roofs? Like if anyone knows, like do you paint them? Could you replace the tiles? Like is that a really big job? I don't know, but I always find it interesting. I haven't watched any like renovation videos. I keep getting them popped up on my YouTube, but I never watch them, and I probably should, because it'll probably help me understand renovations a bit better and like what a realistic renovation would look like and how I could replicate that in The Sims. Because I recently renovated one of my my current household's homes, and I kind of did the similar thing where I extended out the house and added an extra floor and things like that. And I thought I want it to be as realistic as possible, but it was kind of hard at some point, so I did end up like moving the stairs. And I thought, I don't know how realistic it is to move the stairs in a house, like generally move the stairs in like a home. Like I don't know how realistic that is to do, because you'd have to like create the space on the top floor for the stairs as well. So like yeah, I don't know how realistic it is, but it's The Sims, so I just did whatever I wanted to do. I was trying to be super realistic, and then after a while I was like, I'm getting frustrated that the stairs won't work the way I want them to work, so I just scrapped it and decided to just do what I want. But what I decided to do was, because I wanted different trims and things like that on the house, I decided to put a half wall in the middle of the two homes, so that when I added trims, it could only select one of the homes for the trims. So I really wanted a black trim for the very modern home, and then I wanted like a white trim for the more traditional, like old style. I don't know if it, well, I guess it was just like more of a, it's not been renovated basically. It's not been updated, it's not been renovated. And I had in mind, it is a single mom. I kind of had a story in mind that maybe she was in a relationship, she really wanted children, and her partner wasn't sure. And after some years of being together, she was like, I really want to start a family now. And she's like worked hard in her career, spent a lot of time in university. She's probably like done multiple different degrees. And she's just like, this is the time I want to spend now, you know, with a family. So she's probably like moved out, or whatever the case may be. Maybe this was like her old family home, and her parents have moved out into something smaller, and this is why she has this home now. And that's probably why it feels a bit more dated, because it's not like it's a home she's been able to buy brand new, or whatever the case may be. So I thought that could be the case. And so she decided to adopt, because she didn't really want to wait around and like see if she could find a partner and like have children. She knew she wanted children like right now. So she decided to adopt. So she's got two boys, she's got a child, and she's got a toddler. And I wasn't sure if the storyline was like maybe she adopted a child when there was a toddler, and then once he grew up and went to school, she was like, oh, I really missed that toddler stage, and decided to adopt another toddler. So yeah, I'm not sure. Or if they're like actual like biological siblings. I'm not sure how I want that story to go. But yeah, I liked the idea of her wanting to like have her own little family. And she's really close to her grandparents, so they spend a lot of time coming over and looking after the children as well, helping out any way they can. And I thought that was cute. I thought it was a cute little concept. So yeah, very much opposite Neighbours in that sense. I think the new couple that are moving in, I imagine they'd been together for a little while. Maybe they were like met each other in university, knew that they, you know, was going to spend a lot of time, they spend the rest of their lives together, whatever the case may be. Maybe they're engaged, maybe they're not married, maybe they're engaged, and saved up, bought this home, and then they found out that the couple was pregnant. So yeah, maybe they decided that this is a perfect time to move, but also the most craziest time to move. I can't imagine moving at a time where you're probably pregnant. Like, I think that must be so insane, because you've got to like go through all the motions of your own pregnancy on top of the fact of like moving is kind of stressful. I know a lot of people find it stressful and things like that. I think I get so like desensitized to it, so I don't really find it that stressful anymore, because I've had to move so much. So I don't really find it stressful necessarily. I just find it a bit of a nuisance. I just find it more annoying than anything. But yeah, I know for a lot of people it's a stressful thing, and it can be stressful because you don't want to forget anything. You have things to pay for, you know, removal van, all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I can understand why it's stressful. I'm just a bit desensitized. But yeah, I kept the garden quite small as well, so you can have a lot more space to like open out the garden a bit further, or make it a bit longer if you wanted to. I just made it kind of short because I never know how to really decorate gardens, so I made it kind of short. But you can obviously make it larger if you wanted to. It's totally up to you. And because the homes are kind of like British inspired, I did not know what to do in the front area for the more traditional home. I wanted it to feel a bit overgrown and a bit more lived in, but I didn't know what that would look like. What I find oftentimes, like if I walk down my road, if I walk down the street in London, like whatever the case may be, like their front gardens will have like shrubs or like little trees or flowers or like bushes with flowers in it. And like sometimes finding that in the Sims is kind of hard, or making it feel realistic, or making it feel like that's a plant that would grow in the UK, not some tropical kind of plant. It's kind of hard, so I kind of struggled with the front, but I just ended up stripping it all the way back, having some grass and some like daisies on the ground, and that kind of gave it a simple look, but also made it feel like, yeah, it's not like a flat lawn, which I think we need some terrain paints that make the grass look a bit more like uneven or outgrown, like just something that doesn't make the ground look so flat. I think that's what we need at this time. But yeah, I made it work in the end. I did what I needed to do to make the landscaping work, and I think it turned out alright. You can see me struggling and fiddling with these things, and I just end up getting rid of most of it and just going with some grass and some daisies, and putting like the, what do you call them, like the light snowmen. Why was that hard for me to remember what they are? And like nutcrackers and stuff. I just went over the top with the decorations, but that was the concept for this build, to just go over the top with it. So I did. If I can get my words out. So yeah, originally I wasn't even thinking about the grandparents related to the story, but I think it makes sense if she did just buy the house from her grandparents, and then her grandparents have a smaller home. Maybe they have like a little bungalow somewhere maybe they have a bungalow in Oasis Springs or something like that. I think that'd be a cute concept. But yeah, they come to visit as often as they can. I can imagine. I don't know how far Oasis Springs would be from like Willow Creek. Does anyone think about the distance wise? Like, would it be a plane journey, or is it like a coach? Is it like 3 hours drive? Like, what is the journey like? Because Oasis Springs to me seems like Mediterranean, so it could just be like, I don't know. I could get it wrong if I say Mexico, because I don't know if Mexico equals Mediterranean. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know enough. But yeah, it pretty much just like comes together pretty over the top. I use a lot of debug stuff that I find, like the drains and the wooden planks and things like that. Oh yeah, guys, you'll be excited to know. Well, I don't know if you'll be excited, but I did get asked to do if I could do like challenge myself to do an 8 sim starter home, and I finished it. So that will be one of the builds that you see in the new year. Probably the first one, because I finished it already. I just have to edit it. But yeah, I finished it, and I think it turned out okay. It wasn't as stressful as I thought it would be. What I did was I took out all the items I'd want to use for the rooms, and then built the shell, and then added in the items, and then as I went along I would add details or change the items, swap the items out for different things like mirrors and sinks and different things like that. But I kept the prices as low as I could with the items I used, because obviously I wanted to decorate it, because that's the thing with starter homes, they end up looking so bare bones because there's no money to decorate it. So I wanted to have a little bit of money aside to decorate it, so I did kind of use the most like cheapest appliances and things that I could possibly try and use just to make the house, to make the money stretch basically. But I think it turned out okay. I'm tempted to do another like money related challenge. I might do another starter home. And what I did with this 8 sim starter home is I used 1 expansion, 1 game pack, 1 stuff pack, and 1 kit. And I think I might do that as well with the starter starter build. So I might just do another starter build. I think I might do an Oasis Springs starter build. I haven't built in that world in a very long time. Well, I have recently, but not for the channel. My current household that I'm playing with, The Sims, the parents the parents were there. They had their daughter. The daughter had their partner and 2 children living with them, and also the elderly couple adopted a child. Like, they were family orientated, so I felt like they were getting on their age. They probably wouldn't want to have a baby. So I decided to get them to adopt. I think I got them to adopt a toddler, or could have got them to adopt a baby. I can't remember what one I did. But basically, you had 3 different generations living there basically, and the grandparents passed away, and so I decided to like renovate. Well, I didn't even renovate the home. I gave them a brand new home in Oasis Springs. I gave them like this modern related kind of style home. I really like the way it turned out. It was kind of cool and kind of fancy. And yeah, so they're sitting in Oasis Springs, a nice home, and I've had a lot of fun with my current household. I did renovate my current household's home as well, and I filmed it, but I don't know how I'm gonna put it all together, because filming on my laptop is not gonna be easy at all, and the lag. I recently switched my the graphics in my Sims to like low medium, and my game runs so much more smoothly, but the graphics are horrendous. So, and I hate it. So I'd rather put it back up to like at least medium, because I think I had it high, then it was lagging a lot, and I was like, that's probably why. I put it down to medium, and I was like, oh, it's okay, but it was still lagging. So the medium low is fine, but it just, yeah. So I'm tempted to like take screenshots, and then so you get the speed build of the kind of exterior and floor plan, and then like screenshots of how it ended up, because I wanted to use like a bunch of custom content basically for the home, and I obviously knew I couldn't be able to do that on my console. So you kind of just get the floor plan and the like build the shell itself, and me renovating the home. I tried to go realistic, but it was hard, so I ended up just doing what I wanted, especially when it came to the stairs. Like, I wanted to place the stairs in the same spot it was, because that's like a realistic renovation. Because I'm with this household I'm playing with, I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. Like, what would they do in this situation? Like, I have a family orientated sim, but his wife, I have Woohoo Wellness installed, so the wife was like, I don't want to have a baby right now. So as much as I would normally like be like, oh, I'll just change it till she really wants, she's happy to have a child, I decided not to change that. I decided to keep it because he really wanted another child and was family orientated. I got them to discuss adoption, and so they adopted a little baby, and the baby just aged up to a toddler, and they just like gave him a little makeover, and I was like, it's so cute, the little family. I took a bunch of family like photos of the pose player and stuff. Oh my gosh, they're just, the family are so stinking cute. I'll probably post up some screenshots on Twitter, because I'm obsessed with them. I'm obsessed, and I'm like, I don't want, like, I think this is the first time I've had a household where I'm like, I don't want the childs to age up and that get older, I don't know what plan I have for them yet, but what I have in mind is, because we have twins, right? And I actually downloaded the realistic birthing mod so that I could have like a home birth in the pool and stuff. I just thought it was so adorable. But anyway, that's besides the point. They ended up having twins, which I was not expecting. But they had twin girls. One aged up, and I randomized all the traits for at least the first trait. I randomized it, and then it'll help me kind of develop a bit more of a storyline for them. So the eldest, well, I'll say the eldest by a couple of seconds. The eldest twin is a slob. And then the second twin is a geek, right? So I've had the geek like work super hard to get promoted in the scouts. I've had them like an A star, like an A student. Like I've just got them to do like I'm trying to get them to like level 10 of all their skills as well. For some reason I thought it was level 5 for children, and I was quickly disappointed by that when I realized it's level 10. I was like, this is gonna take forever. But to be fair, we're doing alright. Like we're like level 7 for, I think, social or something like that. We've got like level 5, 6, 7 for most of the skills for the geek child. So I really wanted to get her to like level up all her skills. I want her to like max her violin skill. I don't think you can max a violin skill as a child, but I want at least to get the pop-up that she likes violin. I really like the idea of her like playing the violin and things like that. And so her older sister, who is a slob, I've noticed that she like goes and just plays on the monkey bars by herself a lot of the time. So I might give her the loner trait as her teen trait when she's older, and then also the geek. I'm struggling to think of what trait I'm going to give them. I might give them like outgoing, but I'm not sure yet, because I've kind of bought some like reward traits and stuff as well, and those are all traits. Traits. I ended up giving her the something explorer, which I don't think I've noticed before. But they age up. I mean, not they age up. They their skills and their or relationships build up quicker when they're away from the house. So I thought that could be a cute concept for them to be a bit more of the sociable twin, whereas the first one's a bit of a loner, which I think is kind of cute. And I can't lie, guys. I can't even lie to you. I kind of want to do a whole teen pregnancy, but I haven't decided yet which sim it's gonna be. I can't believe I'm planning this out before they've even become teens. But I don't know why. I just haven't played with that part of Woohoo Wellness in a while. So I was like, either I make a whole new household and I do like the whole teen pregnancy rags to riches, or I do it with this household. So I'm not sure what I've decided yet, if I'm going to do it with this household or if I'm going to just do a whole new save, because I think it'll be a fun challenge to have to like raise a toddler and raise funds. So yeah, that could be a fun challenge. Are you guys doing any challenges at the moment? Because if you are, let me know, and then I can have a better idea as to like what other fun things I can add into my game and do in my game and things like that. So yeah, with this speed build, I did pull out all the stuff I wanted to use for the rooms. It just made it so much easier because I'm so indecisive when it comes to finishing builds. So I decided to just like pull out all the stuff that I wanted to use and then place them in the way that I wanted to place them. I totally forgot to mention as well, they do have a dog and a cat. I didn't like to say like that, like I was a TV presenter for a child show, like a dog and a cat. But I really did want to have them have some pets, and I felt like she would definitely be like a dog and a cat kind of person. She likes to do the walks with the dog and play with the dog, but she also likes the comfort of having a cat just sit on her lap and things like that. I don't think cats sit on your lap in The Sims though, but I just thought it'd be a cute concept to have that happening in this household. So yeah, we do have them. I did have to, shout at the dog a little bit because he was barking like hell whilst we're trying to sleep, and I said no, we're not going to do that. So I did have to tell him off. Normally I'll just lock doors and stuff like that, but I kind of felt bad because I did actually put a dog bed in the mum's bedroom. So it doesn't make sense to lock the dog out when there's supposed to be a bedroom. But he did just quiet down and lay in the bed, which I was very grateful for. So he's currently sleeping, which is great. But yeah, I hate the fact that my toddlers need a movement level 2 before they're able to do anything, because they're practically useless. Like, I'm saying this, but at the same time, like, this is essentially quite realistic. Like, you'd have a toddler, they can't walk. You'd need to help them. But I'm just looking at this toddler like, can you just come downstairs so you can just eat? Because you're complaining that you're hungry, but the food's downstairs. If you just walk downstairs, it'd be great. So I've literally just been teleporting my toddler because I can't be bothered to wait. And I don't know if that's cheating, but I just haven't got the patience. So I've just been teleporting my toddler all around the house. So they're definitely not going to get that movement skill up because they're not doing any movement. But I'm really interested to see how infants play into The Sims and like how it affects gameplay and things like that. I'm excited to see what items we get as well for infants, like playpens and just random little things. I really want to know what it looks like. If we're going to get changing tables, like, oh my gosh, we won't have to make changing tables. They'll just be there in the game. Can you imagine? I'm excited. Are you guys excited for infants? I don't know if we've spoken about it much on this channel, but let me know what your thoughts are on infants. If you're excited, if you're thinking it's going to be the worst thing ever, if you're dreading it, if you're never going to play with it, let me know. Some people are probably just going to age up the babies straight to like infants and then straight up to toddlers. I know some people already with toddlers, they normally just age them up straight away with babies, they just age them up straight away to toddlers. I kind of like the game, not the gameplay necessarily, but like the realism of like, oh, they're in a bassinet and da-da-da. I do wish we had better bassinets though, like not so traditional looking ones on the base game. And like the one I use the most is probably the one from is it Vampires? I think it's Vampires, because that's the one that like, although it's slightly a bit Victorian like, it's still modernish, especially in that white swatch. I feel like it just works very easily in builds, so I use that one quite often. So it's just a shame we don't have like more bassinets that aren't necessarily occult related, but just like simple minimal bassinets that just feel a bit more realistic, you know. But yeah, one day we have a whole wish list for The Sims. I don't know if I should make a whole list of things that I want to see in The Sims 4 in 2023. I don't know if we should talk about that and do that. Maybe we'll talk about that on stream on Thursday. Did I mention that? I can't remember because I've had to redo this voiceover. I can't remember if I've mentioned this already, but if I did, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna mention it. And so what I'm planning on doing is, this will be the last speed build of the year, and then on Thursday I will go live on YouTube. So on here, you don't have to go anywhere else. I'll be here on Thursday at 8:30 in the evening, BST time. I don't know what that is everywhere else in the world. I'm not sure what the time difference would be, but yeah, 8:30 I'll be here on YouTube, and we'll be finishing the second home on this lot. So now that I've done this as a speed build, I want to finish the other home, like the more modern renovated home. I'm gonna make the characters and everything like that, so we can like go into live mode and see them interact as neighbors and things like that. But yeah, that's the plan for Thursday. I'm gonna be live on YouTube finishing the second home for this lot, and then that way I can upload it to the gallery and you can have both homes furnished if you want, or you can even just have this as a shell. If you wanted to download this lot and just have it bulldozed, go ahead and go crazy. Like, you can finish it however you want. I don't know what you guys want to do with my builds. Like I said before, if you ever play with my builds or download my builds, do let me know how you've decorated them, what you've done to them, what your families are doing in them, what your households are doing it. Let me know. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. But yeah, we'll be here on Thursday live streaming for a few hours, just so we can furnish sorry, the second home on this lot. So yeah, we'll have a complete kind of like little unit, and because I've already done the exterior, it's only going to be interior work and keep it kind of minimal, modern, kind of classy. So that'll be cute to do. And then on Friday I'm streaming It Takes Two with my sister over on Twitch. So if you're not already following me on Twitch, please do, so then you get notified every time I go live over there. So I will be there on Twitch at 7:30 on Friday. But yeah, it's because I'm going like out shopping to do some like last minute Christmas shopping. And we don't really do presents, we just do like the food and like drinks and stuff. So that's what I'm buying. I'm not buying presents this late into the game. But yeah, we're just like buying food and stuff like that. So that's what I'll be doing on Thursday. So I kind of just wanted it to be a kind of simpler day, where I'm just focusing on, okay, I just got to be home ready to live stream and setting up my game and things like that, instead of editing and uploading. And to be honest, I'm ready for the Christmas break. I'm ready to like have a bit of time to just play The Sims and not think about creating content. As much as I love it, I just know how important it is to take a break, how important it is to take time away from creating all the time. Like, as much as creating is like a relief and just something I can do and have fun with, there are points where it becomes a bit like burnout. I don't know if it's not necessarily burnout that I'm feeling, but like, you can experience burnout, or it can just be a thing where you feel like you're doing it without the same enjoyment that you was doing it with before. And I think at that point is when I have to be like, okay, time to take a break. Or if I'm overthinking it too much, or I'm wondering if I'm like constantly like, oh, I don't like this, when it gets to that point, then I'm like, okay, something needs to change because I'm just becoming super critical of my own work. So yeah, I'm excited for the break. I'm excited to spend time with the family and just watch films and eat good food and just chill. I've started building some stuff anyway, so I'm gonna be in that break. I am gonna be editing anyway. So I'm not gonna have a huge amount of a break necessarily, but it'll be nice to think, okay, all I have to do is schedule things up ready for the new year, as opposed to like I have to be filming, I have to plan and all that. So yeah, I have got a bit of a plan, and I don't even remember where I put that list, but I'm gonna have to revisit that so I can feel like I'm still staying on track. But yeah, we'll be back in the new year with Family Dynamics Challenge. We'll be back with some more speed builds as well. And I really want to reach my goal for the year. My goal for the year is to reach 200 subscribers. So if you haven't already subscribed and you're watching this video, pause right now and subscribe. Because I'm only 7 away at this current moment that I'm doing this voiceover. I'm only 7 away from my goal for the year. And I really, really appreciate if you can help me reach that goal. Because I've really been enjoying making these videos for YouTube. And I'd love if you can subscribe and stay to see more of my speed builds and more of my creations in The Sims 4. And as always, if you ever have any suggestions to some things you want to see in my builds, or if you want to see certain things on my channel, do let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. Some of them I will think about for longer than others, because I'm like, how do I actually execute this? So like, yeah, I've got some plans and things like that in my head already. But if you guys have anything you want to add, I'm open to it. We are coming to the end of the video. Screenshots are coming up in the end of this video. As always, my builds are up on the gallery. If you want this build, it is up on the gallery. My gallery ID is Saabythesimmer, and I will leave that information in the description, and all the links that you need to find me, they're all in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, leave a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do. And I will see you on Thursday for a live stream so we can finish off this lot. And I will see you then. Take care, guys. Bye.